Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and today I invented what could only be described as a new game called... Tell 'em.
Two truths and one lie.
Yeah, so basically we've got 6 characters down here and there's 3 facts. 2 of them are true and 1 of them's a lie, and it's up to the other person to discern, work out which one's a lie. Yeah?
Indeed.
So, do you want to...
Who's going first?
I'll drop one for you if you want.
Go for it.
Okay. So, this first section, or round, is about the Riddler. How's your Riddler knowledge?
Well, we'll see, won't we?
Right. So this is a first fact. In his first encounter with Batman and Robin, aka the dynamic duo, not unlike ourselves, he tries to kill them both in a booby-trapped glass maze. Fact number 2, he has a working relationship with the Clue Master. Fact number 3, he learns he has cancer in the Primal Riddle storyline.
Interesting.
So there's the 3 facts. If you need any of them read back to you, feel free.
My first thought is, my answer to your initial question is, my Riddler knowledge is not strong. I would say that the first one seems plausible, why not? Sounds goofy, but I believe it. Second one, what I'm thinking is, if you're going to think like I sometimes think, are you being clever and knowing the one thing I probably do know about the Riddler is that he had cancer, but was it in that storyline?
Well, the problem is, I don't think...
I'm going to go with that one.
What, the Clue Master?
No. The cancer.
Well, I can in fact tell you that he learns he has cancer in a 12-part storyline entitled Hush.
Yes.
So that's 1 point to you. Go on, drop yours then. Because I'm under the impression you picked whack characters, so please drop yours.
Well, we'll see. The first is the Martian Manhunter. Option number 1, he debuted in 1955. Number 2, he likes Oreos because of Captain Marvel, Shazam. And the real John Jones was a lawyer friend of his who was murdered.
Well, damn it. I think 1955 sounds about right. The only problem with I've got the second one, it's like, are they called Oreos or are they called Chocos? Because I play Injustice sometimes, and one of the cards that you can get to power up him like 5% is his biscuits, and they're called Chocos. And I'm wondering, are they called Chocos because they're just a generic biscuit and have been put there so not to infringe on copyright, or was it actually Oreos? Damn it. And then as for the third one, well, ain't he a policeman, not a lawyer? So I'm stuck with that one, because initially when I heard the second one I was confident maybe it was that, because I know he likes biscuits, but now I'm thinking from a copyright standpoint, which one is it? But I'd probably think the first one's true, so I'm stuck between number 2 and number 3. Because he takes the identity of John Jones and then is a policeman. So... or a detective. I'm gonna go 3 is false.
You're right, he is a detective. I'm not sure. I don't think he's a policeman. I think he's like a PI or something. At least that's how I remember it. But yeah, you're right.
Damn.
All right, hit me with the next one.
Damn Chocos.
Yeah, I think that is a rights issue thing. It does sound generic, doesn't it, Chocos?
So this one is Ocean Master.
Okay. Orm.
In fact number 1. In Infinite Crisis or Infinity Crisis, Ocean Master becomes a member of the secret society of supervillains. Fact number 2. In Flashpoint, he teams up with Aquaman to attack the pirate Deathstroke. Fact number 3. He clashed with the JSA in Our Worlds at War. I gave extensive delineation of my thought process, so your silence shows me that really there's not much going on at the minute.
What was number 1 again?
In Infinite Crisis or Infinity Crisis, Ocean Master becomes a member of the secret society of supervillains.
I'm going to go for that.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Damn
it. Is it 3?
Yeah. He actually clashed with the JLA, not the JSA.
Oh. See, I knew the middle one was true. Damn. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, we're on Green Arrow. Number 1. He once used an arrow car. Number 2, he has one leg in The Dark Knight Returns. Or number 3, he was exiled from Star City for murdering Prometheus.
Well, he's got one arm in The Dark Knight Returns. I saw a cartoon of it, and I watched the DC Legends of Tomorrow episode where he had one arm.
But you never read the comic?
No.
Jeez.
Because he uses his arm and his kind of foot to fire the kryptonite arrow from the rooftop, doesn't he? Prometheus. See, Prometheus to me has always been the problem is with this TV show rubbish, like that Prometheus, the Prometheus I know from the Batman thing is completely different to some guy who just wears a hood firing arrows. This guy's got like a sick sword and stuff like that. So exiled from Star City for murdering that. And the arrow car, I don't see the point. And you would have thought they would have made a dopey reference in the TV show about that. You know, because he always goes around on a bike. You would have thought they would have and it just don't seem right, does it? It's a bit clunky. I'm going to go with the first fact.
Or the arrow car?
Yeah.
No, you're right. He has one arm when The Dark Knight Returns. His legs are fine. He did have an arrow car. He also had an arrow plane. It was basically part of like the whole. Initially, it was just basically a Batman ripoff. So Batman had a Batmobile. He had a Batman. He had a car. I was meant
to work out which one was a lie, which fact was a lie.
Have you just got your own game wrong? Unlucky.
Damn it.
The Prometheus thing, that's true. He killed Prometheus because Prometheus was responsible for killing Roy Harper's daughter. Or some sort of terrorist plot. He blew up a house. Blah blah blah. She died.
I explained the answer and I still somehow got it wrong because I got confused as to what the game was.
You did. You confused me there, but I didn't want to set you right.
Whatever.
Unfortunate.
Alright, okay. Go on then. Oh wait,
it's your turn. You're all out of whack here.
Cut. Right. This round is a clay face.
Which one?
Fact number 1. In the late 1970s, Preston Payne became the 4th Clayface. Fact number 2. In earlier appearances, Basil Carlo had no powers. but wore a clay mask. Factor number 3. Clayface is ranked 73rd on IGN's greatest comic book villains of all time.
Right. Him wearing a mask, that's true. The powers and all that crap came with later ones, and then they gave it to him.
And I found an easy one for you.
You see, the problem is, like, this entire thing on Clayface could have been that first question, because you just made up a load of different names. There's so bloody many of them. And the third one, what was the third one again?
A Clayface is ranked 73rd.
Oh, damn it, yeah, the IGN
on
thing.
IGN's top 100 greatest comic book villains of all time.
73rd.
73rd or 73rd, whichever one you want.
So that could be true. And the first one, you could have made up the name, or that could have been a different Clayface. I'm going to go for the first one.
Yeah, you get the point. He was in fact the third, not the fourth. I don't make up names.
Well, you could have done.
Why would I
It
make
wouldn't have mattered.
Why would I make up names?
Why? Oh, that's true. There's so many. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
if you're of the opinion I'm a douchebag, just say it. You don't have to.
I've said that many times.
You don't have to start making things up. Yeah, I think
We are on to Mr. Sinister.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to do Marvel again. I didn't do any Marvel.
Brilliant.
Whoops.
Number 1. He is obsessed with the work of Darwin, not Isaac Newton, Darwin. He was given power.
I think that's the false one. He is in fact obsessed with the work of Isaac Newton. Carry on.
He was granted power by Apocalypse. Damn. And
I was worried I was going to do the same. When I was writing down the JLA question, I was like, I hope I don't accidentally say...
you know what I've done? I've written down both of them as well.
That's what I did. Okay. Let's do the rest.
And finally...
Okay.
Brave. And he is responsible for separating Havoc and Cyclops from their parents.
Okay.
Which one do you think it is?
I'm going to go with the first one. Don't tell me why. I've just got a feeling it's the first one.
Oh, you're wrong.
What?
It's the last one.
What the hell? No. Wait, I need more time to think. I thought you cocked it up. Damn it. That was the best fake out ever.
Thank you.
What was it again?
It was the last one. The last one was he was responsible for separating Cyclops and Havoc, which is false. I'll tell you what, I thought I was in trouble for a second there.
So did I. I thought it was... Right, okay. You managed to scam a point off me there. Well done. Right.
Thank you.
Right. This one is about the Fortress of Solitude. So fact 1. Traditionally, the Fortress of Solitude is located in Antarctica. Fact number 2. It contains a giant steel diary where Superman writes his memoirs. factor number 3. According to Mongol, it has been independently broken into by Lex Luthor, Brainiac, and Atomic Skull, among others.
So that diary thing sounds dopey, but I can imagine someone. It's hard to get. I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for the first one.
Do you get the point?
Yes.
It is in fact the Arctic.
I think I made that mistake once before.
Damn it. That was a kind of easy one.
I still want to come down from that Darwin thing. Blimey.
Right, go on then, it's your go.
Is it?
Just staring.
Right. Perry White.
Okay.
He sat in the front row at Lois and Clark's wedding. His son's real father is Lex Luthor. His son Keith, his real father is Lex Luthor. And he earned the Pulitzer Prize for a Superboy interview. Do you want him again?
No. See, my thought is that I know enough about Lex Luthor where I'd say that one's the fake one. Because I feel like I would have read that somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Well, you got it right, but somehow you stumbled into it because you kind of got it wrong. His son Jerry was the son of Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's what
But
I
I
mean.
guess that was like old continuity. It would have been wiped out.
Yeah. I would have recognised the name Keith anyway.
He had no, that was his kid as well. He had 2 kids, Perry White. He adopted Keith, and then Jerry was his, he thought, but then it turned out it was Lex Luthor's.
Right.
Then he died.
This round is Giganta. The classic
I don't even know what that is.
The classic Wonder Woman villain.
Oh, God.
Giganta can retain her intelligence at any size, contrary to Wonder Woman's claims and past limitations. In 1 year later, she is a teacher at Ryan Choi's Ivytown University. And fact number 3, she is yet to feature in DC Rebirth.
So that first one was oddly specific. Rebirth seems the most obvious one. Is it too obvious? I'm gonna go for number 1.
I can in fact tell you that the false story was number 3. She has featured in DC Rebirth.
Should have gone with the obvious. Alright, Kraven the Hunter. His ultimate incarnation is Australian. He once tried to abduct Howard the Duck. And he is the cousin of the Chameleon.
So now well, I immediately thought, I swear I've read that before, that they're cousins. I swear I've read that before, and it'd make sense to me that he'd kidnap Howard the Duck. The one that throws me off is the first one, because it's like Ultimate Spider-Man. That is Australian. Why would he be Australian? And I don't really know that much about Ultimate Spider-Man. Maybe it's like a proper like shift up or whatever, so maybe that's plausible. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
That one is the fake?
Yeah.
Incorrect. He is in fact comedian's half brother.
Damn it.
He's Australian, I guess, because like the outback, exotic animals, blah blah blah.
I just thought, like, why? Why would they have him as, like, the guy for so long and then just randomly, like, completely change? Like, that don't make sense to me. But Howard the Duck, that makes sense. But I remember reading they were related somewhat, so Cousin sounded plausible to me. But I guess the wool was pulled over my eyes.
Indeed.
Right. This last one, the last round is Carol Ferris. She is ranked, fact number 1, she is ranked 36th in Comic Buyer's Guide 100 Sexiest Women in Comics.
Sure thing.
Fact number 2, she first appears in Showcase issue number 23. Fact number 3, her filing for divorce leads to her receiving the violet power ring, transforming her into a star sapphire.
Is this the time when you're going to do that dopey numbers thing? That's what I'm stuck on. But then you could do that with whatever issue comics would appear. This was a stab in the dark. Number 1.
The false fact was in fact number 2. It was issue 22, not 23. When it comes down to Comic Buyer's Guide, I never fudge the numbers.
Of course not. Alright, finally, the leader.
Okay.
He transformed into the Grey Leader. He places consciousness into the Rhino. And he once made a deal with Mephisto, which he reneged on.
No, once transformed into the Grey Leader. So I don't get the point of that. What does that even mean?
Well, it's just a colours thing in the Hulk's comic, isn't it? They've all changed colours and been something else at one point.
What, so he's changed colour then?
The leader, yeah.
Yeah, into the grey one.
Maybe.
Okay. So you're telling me they've all changed colour at some point?
Off the top of my head, yeah, the Incredible Hulk's been a bunch of different colours. Well, not
so
really.
Now you're changing it up.
He's been grey, he's been purple.
Red.
He got a red Hulk, he got a red She-Hulk, he got a green She-Hulk.
Devil Hulk.
Yeah, there's loads of different. All the colours are rainbow.
Made a deal with Mephisto, that sounds plausible, and transferred his consciousness into the Rhino. Even if he transformed, to fight the Incredible Hulk, I still don't think he'd have an edge as a Rhino. But I guess if he wanted to be more physical, then it'd make sense. So let's say that's true. The Grey Leader don't make sense to me, but maybe it does. Maybe as the Grey Hulk, they were like, oh, we'll make him the Grey Leader. But that sounds dopey as well. Deal with Mephisto. Which he reneged on. See, that makes sense as well, because he's a smart guy. I'll go for the Grey Leader thing. What's the point?
Well, you're right. But he did change colour once into the Red Leader.
See, that sounds better.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Sounds
like a dopey Star Wars ripoff, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, that just sounds better though. Grey Leader just sounds weird. It just sounds like some generic 1950s sci-fi film, and you got like the aliens known as Grey, and it's like that's the one with the bigger head.
Sure.
Yeah.
You got 3, right?
You got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got through right as well. So the first
Damn
ever
it.
game of 2 truths and 1 lie, and it's a flat out draw. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and we'll see you next time for more comic book fun on the Superhero Hub.